All right, if you run paid ads to webinar funnels, live webinar or auto webinar, I'm gonna show you how you can make more money using the exact same ads by just tweaking one small thing in the funnel. I'm telling you, this is gonna be an insanely valuable video because every account that we have done this in has increased their revenue super quick. Now, let me just say my results are not typical. We work with 35 different brands in the info space right now, running high ticket, mid ticket, low ticket funnels. Please know there's a lot of effort, refining, and testing that goes into our results that you might not be able to achieve. But my goal today is to give you the best chance possible. All right, so to start out, let's just map out a really simple webinar funnel. So typically speaking, for a webinar funnel, we're talking about an ad going to a landing page. So we have ad, you have landing page, and then from here, you have some sort of a thank you for registering page, right? Typically. So this is the thank you for registering page. From here, the webinar obviously happens. So there's the actual live event, right? And then from the live event, you're either selling, so you're either sending to a sales page, right? So this is either going to be a sales page, or sometimes you're sending to a booking page, depending on if it's high ticket, low ticket, right? Whatever you're trying to do, you're either getting someone to book a call or buy something from you. So this works. It's undisputed. It's a great funnel. It does work. Going live to sell things is better typically than running it evergreen. That said, when you're running a funnel like this, one of the biggest problems is that the throughput of data back to the pixel is very inconsistent, because ideally in a perfect world, we would tell the pixel to get us people that purchase from us, right? We really want high ticket purchasers or low ticket purchasers, or in the worst case scenario, it would be nice to at least be able to optimize our pixel toward book calls, right? Something downstream, something that we really want for our business. The problem is if I do a live webinar, say once a week or even twice a week, those events don't come through until that webinar actually happens. So if I'm running ads for 7 days and then finally we have a webinar, all of a sudden I'm gonna have a bunch of book calls come through from the webinar or a bunch of purchases come through from the webinar, but my ads didn't get to learn from any of that for the last 7 days. So what people typically do is they optimize for lead, right? They send people to the landing page and then right here, they fire the lead event. So here, they're saying, okay, this person became a lead or a completed registration. They're going to show up to my webinar now. They registered. They're going to show up and hopefully go on to buy from me. And all of their ads optimize for this event, this lead event. Well, if you have been in the advertising game for any time at all, you probably know that the lead event is not usually the most valuable event. People that become leads, all that really means to Meta is that they give an email typically. Maybe email, phone number, first name, last name, but no matter what, it's kind of the lowest intent of all of the conversion events. So it would be amazing if there were a way that we could get higher intent, right? And that's what I'm gonna talk about in this video. Because if instead of a thank you page, typically on this page, we basically say, hey, thanks for registering. We'll see you at the webinar. This page in the past has been primarily used to get people to show up to the webinar, right? Maybe there's an add to calendar button or something of that nature. Well, what I'm going to tell you today is that if you swap this thank you page for a low ticket VIP upsell, right? If instead of just a thank you page, we do a low ticket VIP upsell, what you're going to find is that you're going to get a lot higher quality through. Here's why. Because now when we erase the lead event from here, and instead we still fire the lead event, but we're not optimizing toward it. Instead, on this thank you for booking page, we're selling something for, let's call it $27, maybe $47. Heck, it could literally be $7 for all I care, but we're selling something. What ends up happening is that a decent percentage of the leads that opt in buy this thing, because this thing is the thing that people need to take advantage of your webinar. Maybe it's templates that go along with what you teach in the webinar, or it's a notebook that helps them keep track of the thoughts that you're going to teach in the webinar. Maybe it's VIP notes that only you can access if you buy this thing. Whatever it is, it needs to be something that complements the webinar, makes people want to show up to the webinar, and gives people an option to get more from you right now. Here's why this is important. Number one, when you sell this, you're going to get this money back in your pocket right away. So you might actually liquidate some ad spend, but that is a secondary goal. Honestly, it's not the main reason to do it because it's not going to be a big percentage of your ad spend. But the beautiful part of this funnel is that now you can fire the purchase event. When people buy these from you, you're firing a purchase event. And what this means is that now you can optimize your webinar ads that are still getting people to register for your webinar and show up to your webinar for purchases. And here's the big reason why this matters. Because when Meta is looking at the giant pool of people to serve your ads to, when you tell it to get you leads, it will get you leads from a group of people who might not have any money, right? They opt in, that doesn't mean that they're gonna buy from you. But when you're able to say, hey Meta, get me purchases, as in people who will buy this VIP upsell in my funnel, all of a sudden you're opening the floodgates to people who open their credit cards and swipe a card in a funnel. So Meta now knows, hey, these are purchasers and they can purchase something in this funnel. So all of a sudden, no matter what, your quality increases because you're playing in a pool of higher quality. Now, let me just say, caveat, big caveat here, right? You're gonna pay more for your ads. The CPMs are probably gonna be more expensive. The click-through rates might be worse. All in all, it's gonna look a little bit worse on the front end because you're not optimizing for leads anymore. So lead cost is gonna be higher. But I'm telling you, the people that go on to purchase this VIP upsell show up to the webinar at a much higher rate. So if your average show rate is 20%, they're probably gonna be closer to 40% or even 50% of the VIP upsell takers that show up. And number two, if you sell something bigger on that webinar, 5K high ticket program, 2K mid ticket program, whatever it is, that take rate is so much higher from people who bought your VIP upsell. So downstream, your revenue metrics are gonna look way better, even if it means front-end webinar metrics are not gonna look as good. So to diagram this out one more time, right? We have the landing page. We're gonna go straight into a VIP upsell page. And on this page, you're gonna have a VSL that is you explaining why it's important to show up to the webinar and offering this one-time VIP upsell that gives you an advantage if you show up to the webinar with it. So then they either drop off on this page and they still get the reminders, still add to the calendar, all that stuff, or they go to a thank you for purchasing the VIP upsell page, which gives them the details on how to access it. But either way, this is going to increase your show rates. It's going to increase your overall quality, but it also will probably increase costs a little bit. Hopefully this is valuable to you. This honestly has been a huge game changer for ad class this year because we've implemented this in 4 or 5 different webinar brands. And in each one of them, when we switched the optimization event to purchase, the quality got so much better. It makes media buying easier because you're just playing in a higher quality pool. Hopefully it's helpful for you. Leave a comment if you have questions and hit subscribe because we're making these videos every week. Deuces.